The term suffragette is associated with activists in the British WSPU, which was the Women's Social and Political Union, leading militant organization campaigning for women's suffrage in the UK 1903 till 1917, and it was led by Emmeline Pankhurst. They were influenced by Russian methods of protest such as hunger strikes. Deeds, not words. That was our cry. That day, in 1909, we suffragettes were marching to Parliament to demand the vote for women. Women should be allowed to vote. Herbert Asquith was Prime Minister, and he feared that too many women might vote against his party and bring his government down. Because of his fear, he did nothing to help the suffragettes. Lady Constance Lytton. She was an influential British suffragette activist. Although born and raised in the privileged class of the British society, Lytton rejected her background to join the WSPU. Miss Pankhurst was a well-born lady too. Despite that, she said, "Posts in government are just for men, but yet all their decisions affect women. They must either do us justice by giving us the vote or do us violence." Lady Lytton was sent to prison. As she was from the upper class, she got many privileges in jail. She knew that she wasn't being treated the same as her fellow suffragettes, so she decided to disguise herself and take a new identity. She became Jane Wharton and headed to Liverpool. A protest was being held there. In the Liverpool prison, women were going on hunger strikes, and because of that, they were being force-fed. Miss Wallace Dunlop began the hunger strikes and inspired the suffragettes to follow her example. There, Jane Wharton was arrested, sent to prison, and endured the cruel treatment that is force-feeding. Frederick Douglass was a supporter of the women's suffrage movement. He said that there can be no reason in the world for denying women the exercise of the elective franchise, or a hand in making and administering the laws of the land. Their doctrine is that right is of no sex. On the 4th of June 1913, Miss Emily Davison was at a horse race. There she tried to get close to the king's horse and hang a suffragette flag on it. Instead, she was trampled under its hooves. The point of hanging the flag on the horse was when he crossed the finish line, the king's own horse would be flying the slogan, "Votes for Women." In 1918, women were given the right to vote, but only if they were over 30. They hoped that someday women would have the same rights as men and be able to vote at the same age.